Alright guys, I got a crazy story somebody finally gave me. I was just getting ready to stop doing videos for the day when I saw this. I'm going to look into this just a little bit more. But from what I understand, this is already illegal on the books. And it's just one of those, let's pass something so we can get our name in the books or something along that line. But Michigan Senate in Lansing passed a bill, SB19, outlawing oral and anal sex. The punishment is 15 years if you are caught doing this. Now, this is actually very weird because this is the situation. Despite how very weird this is, it already violates U.S. Supreme Court 2003 ruling in Lawrence v. Texas declaring sodomy bans unconstitutional. Now, it gets even more deplorable when I talk about this because, you know me, I like the details. The details in this are very, 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 very lucrative. And basically, it says that it says various things. Let me try to get this here. So, Lansing, Michigan, during their session last week, the Michigan Senate passed a bill that effectively bans all forms of sodomy, anal, oral, gay, or non-gay, making the acts punishable up to 15 years in prison. This would be, of course, for consenting adults. Surprisingly, Michigan's not alone in this archaic and oppressive legislature. Michigan just joined, you might want to write this down, folks, Idaho, Utah, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. All those good boy states? Yep. And they all have laws in the books. And Montana, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas have only outlawed these acts if those engaged in them are gay. So they only care about the gays getting illegally prosecuted, which, is what it is, but it's still stupid as a law. Now, I don't like going through these entire articles because there's a lot of he said, she said. When you get to the part where it says Senator Jones was discussing this, basically says nobody wants to touch it. They don't want to bring it up. They don't even want to notice that it happened because both sides are going to start screaming. But basically, there's a big fight. It's not needed because it's unconstitutional. And basically down here, it basically says that, people are just basically going to go ballistic. And he goes in and tries to say, well, this was made, for people who are abusive to animals or this or that. But it's really funny because the language in it doesn't even state anything like that. It basically talks that this is basically for all persons and non-persons. Or all persons and I think I had the other email or the other page open, but all persons and animals. And basically this was to target delinquent people. And this and that, and there's all this he said, she said stuff, and I really hate reading that, especially when you're talking about lawyers and stuff and judges and senators. Because, they just basically got paid to just drop this like crazy. So now they can actually tell you how to have sex in your state. Especially among consenting persons. Consenting adults, etc. Despite a U.S. Supreme Court 2003 ruling in Lawrence v. Texas declaring sodomy bans unconstitutional. So, I wanted to get this out there because this is just another way. They're just going to basically say, hey, you cannot do that. You are now, in a delinquent debt state of being able to do that. You cannot do that. to the prison systems with you. This is how they basically will start to control your sexual habits and this and that. So, I wanted to put this out there because even though this is absolute batshit crazy, this is something they got passed with little or no real legislation or media. And what I really want to say is that, well, if I'm doing something and some chick, well, I'm not even going to go into that because of the law. But basically, every person in the state at some point is probably would fall under the arrest criteria for this. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I'm not even going to look up the actual legislation because I really don't care. This is just ridiculous. This is one of those, holy crap, really? Did somebody get paid that much to be that much of a dumbass? And if they did, guess who needs to go to a jail cell? Ta-da! That person. Thank you.